Moving on, California's plan to phase out the sale of new gas cars by the year 2035 are now under threat.
Today, the U.S. Senate is debating a measure that would override the EPA waivers that gave California permission to adopt these landmark climate standards.
And ABC 7 News political reporter Monica Madden joining us now. What is at stake here exactly?
A lot, Larry, and congressional Republicans are trying to use a rare tool called the Congressional Review Act to overturn the waiver that was granted in the last days of the Biden administration. That waiver allows California to move forward with its future ban on gas cars, but Democrats are warning doing so will set a bad precedent. California's plan to have a fully electric vehicle future is under threat.
We need, deserve, and reserve the right as Californians to do something about our air.
The U.S. Senate's Republican majority says it will vote to prevent the Golden State from banning the sale of new gas-powered cars by 2035. California's Democratic senators argued against this on the chamber floor Wednesday.
Where is the party that helped write the Clean Air Act? Where's the party that says Congress should not meddle in what one state is doing to govern itself?
Opponents say the policy is an overreach and limits consumer choice.
None of the manufacturers that our customers would recognize are going to meet that mandate. And that's a real problem. If you have a rule that people can't meet, it's a rule that's not going to work.
Environmental experts refute that.
There will continue to be choice for the next 10 years. And then many manufacturers have also shifted, at least started to shift their production toward electric vehicles,
saying this will only disrupt California's climate goals.
The continued use of fossil fuels, whether in transportation or otherwise, is something that is causing cataclysmic consequences. The business world often operates on very short time horizons, and that's why we really need government to step up and be thinking in terms of longer time horizons.
Environmental arguments aside, the Senate parliamentarian, the chamber's nonpartisan rule enforcer, found Congress does not have the power to block California's policy.
They're ignoring the law, not just Senate rules, but the text of the law itself.
Senator Alex Padilla argued doing so will have broader consequences.
They're saying that the rules are whatever Republicans say they are, not what the parliamentarian has determined. The party that claims to be the staunch defender of the filibuster threw the rules aside as soon as it was convenient.
It's worth noting that the Senate is usually a little more reluctant when it comes to violating chamber rules out of fear that it will bite them later when the minority party inevitably gains power again. But the Senate's majority leader disputed Democrats' claim that this move will upend the filibuster, which Republicans have historically tried to keep in place. And this debate is still going on and is expected to continue through the evening.
That was my next question. When is this going to be resolved?
Great minds think alike.
California watching closely. Thanks, Monica.